Hello. 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 Hello, Mr. Rupesh. Hello, Mr. Rupesh. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
good afternoon, Sweet.
Yeah, so looking forward. And I think Ria is also joining just to make me host so that I can run the poll by myself.
I don't know, your voice to me is coming slightly on a lower side. Okay, just okay. Okay, I think so. I'll be on mute.
Is Priya here on the call?
Yeah, Abhijit, I'm here. I'm checking where the poll quiz options are there or not. I'm checking on that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see the poll now. I think I'm the host already, and I'm able to see all the three polls in the list.
And see the poll and questions, right?
Yeah, I can see the poll in question.
And
Yes.
you are having the access also.
Yes, I'm able to launch them.
Okay, so you can launch and you can there is stop once it started. You will see the stop poll, and
Yeah.
then you can share the result also.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Once everyone answered the question, you can stop the poll, and then you can share the result also.
Yes,
Okay, right?
absolutely.
Is there
Abs-
anything if you
No,
want
this
me,
is
just
this is
like okay. Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
The Rupesh, you will be giving the introduction, right? And in the
Yeah,
end of the session, I will guide them for the certificate thing.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
So let me try to open the presentation. Sir, are you able to see the screen? Can you see my screen? Mr. Rupesh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Yeah. Samin says no sound. I'm not sure. Is she talking
You are
about?
audible.
I'm audible. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what Samin means. She says, I do not, we do not have, we have no sound. So
So I mean, still you are not having the sound because I think you have joined from two logins. That's what I'm able to see. Just check. Mr. Sami. Abhijit, I will just rejoin. Hopefully, then the sound will go to Ms. Samim. Okay, give it to me.
okay.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, Mr. Abhijit, now you can hear, and
Yes,
all the others stakeholders. Yeah,
I can hear clearly.
thank you.
Rupesh, I think Mr. Nasir has raised the hand.
Shall we start now?
I'm ready to start.
Priya, is it okay?
Hi, yes.
Hi. A very good afternoon to all of you. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
You know,
It's a pleasure to welcome you all in this webinar, which is on a topic which is a very relevant today. How are we are looking into AI in our HR field? Traditionally, human resource field in any organization is being looked down upon more as a man management. But of late, the field has been seeing a disruption with our AI thing, correct? Artificial intelligence. It's on the news we are seeing today, OpenAI. Okay, how does it is impacting? Just a company has come out with some solution, DeepSeek. It has impacted the markets world over. That's the power of AI. And as the people becomes more and more important for any organization, the AI is playing a crucial role. So we are having Mr. Abhijit, who is a seasoned HR strategist. His work, he has worked in various organizations, especially in the hospitality sector, in the HR function, and has now been a life leadership coach and a corporate trainer. He has a experience on leveraging how HR can have optimized with using technology and specific AI. He will be our host for the day, and he is my thing to welcome him here. So, Mr. Abhijit, over to you.
thank you, Mr. Jalan.
Oh,
Would you want to quickly introduce yourself and the company
okay.
before we start?
Thanks. S- Hi. Is there any? Yes.
Mr. Rupesh? Uh,
So, before I introduce, I see a hand from Nasir Ahmed. Nasir, yeah, I welcome to the webinar. I see that you have written that you work in the petroleum industry and construction. We'll try to take industry specific answers and questions as we proceed. So about myself, I basically lead the operations at AJMS Global. And this webinar is being done in association with Hayford, which is our training arm for AGMS. So Hayford is basically one of the unique training institute in the region where we are focusing not only like normal training, but it is more into the practical elements where we help the students to see what is happening on their job front. What is how this could be practical. So that's why we have chosen a topic like AI in HR, which could be relevant for people who are aspiring to be into HR field. Okay, how to help them, what are the things they can do, plus people who are already into the HR department of the esteemed organization in any place, okay, in any industry, how it impacts different industry, how you can automate your work. And Abhijit has come out with a relevant cases where we can have those. Okay, uh, Hayford has uh, taking courses across different subjects, certifications, and all those. Plus, we are proud to say that we are a preferred partner for the executive training in various fields. Okay, so people trust us with their leadership training because that is what is very critical today. Okay. Yes, Mr. Abhijit.
Thank you, Mr. Jaslan. Um, very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you so much for your time. And I echo everything what Mr. Rupesh has said in terms of the way, the need for today for HR professionals to adapt to the very disruptive technology, which is kind of hovering over us. And we are trying to figure out whether are we in the right space, what are the uncertainties, what's coming up and holding us for the future. So I'm Abhijit Bukkam. I'm the leadership coach and corporate trainer. Previously, I had been working with over 20 years in the corporate sector, majorly into hospitality industry. And with these 2 decades of time, I've seen the transition from record keeping to the process automation, from process automation to now into artificial intelligence. And I'm really feel myself blessed to see that transition. And based on that, I can surely anticipate what's holding and as an opportunity for the HR in the space of AI and the technology. As a leadership coach now, I'm working with multiple HR leaders, CEOs, and the business entrepreneurs, and helping them in building strategies on innovation, creativity, and how can they overall enhance their own productivity in the HR department and by affecting their employee experience in their companies. So to begin with, we will be covering the 4 key areas in the webinar today. The role of an HR in the modern role of AI into modern HR. What are the different functions of HR that can be automated with the help of technology? We're also going to look at some of the ethical considerations because though it is really good, but there are certain challenges also and limitation it comes with. And what does the future trend for HR professionals look like in the future? So uh, let me start with the quick poll now. You will see the poll coming up on your screen. Can you tell me, are you currently using any of the HR or AI tools for your current day-to-day activities? So the poll is on, and I'm waiting to see your responses. Okay, interesting. Okay, thank you,
We'll
Swanand.
encourage all the participants to please vote
Yes, we have 18 out of
there on
30
the
that
screen.
voted. So half of the population, 50% have voted so far. Can I encourage everyone to participate, please?
Abhijit, there is a one person who is suggesting Mr. Sameem that the voice could be slightly louder. Okay.
Okay, for me to speak a little louder. Is this clear? Is this good enough, Samim? I'll try to
Perfect.
be as loud as possible. Okay, so about 60% of the participant has voted and still voting more. So far, we have 29% of the audience who voted have never used AI till now. 45% use very rarely, and 23% use very often. So I think it's a very fair ratio to start with since we are getting into the world of AI. This is a very fair and it looks like into the benchmark of the global benchmark, how the other companies are actually adapting at this pace, at this stage. So thank you so much for this response. Let me Let me throw some of the light on the survey that is recently conducted by Gallup. You know, Gallup is the most renowned and authentic survey that is conducting the global surveys. And if you look at the AI survey that they have conducted, which says 46% of the HR leaders said the AI tools boosted their analytics, the way they project their data to the higher management. 35% of them, they said it elevated the experience of overall employee learning and development. 32% of the HR globally using AI for performance management. 28% of them, they use it for employee onboarding and recruitment. 64% of the HR professionals feel that it helps them eliminating unqualified candidates, which is a big relief as a HR and as a recruitment function. About 85% of the employees using it said it improved their time and efficiency. And more interestingly, the 66% of the CEOs think that AI has huge potential for significantly improving the HR functions. To add to that, I went to the recent news on the Khaleej Times in UAE, which is very well-known news portal, which says 80% of the recruiters, when interviewed, they believed GCC jobs will be affected by AI, which is no surprise, which is definitely going to happen, but we'll see how we can actually adapt to it. 19% said that more than half of the HR tasks can be affected by generative AI, which is definitely true. 30% of GCC firms believe that their HR team are already equipped to integrate AI into HR functions. However, another 30% said their HR department is still yet to be ready. They need to be trained and upskilled and still yet to catch up and not ready for AI yet. So this survey talks about where do we stand in terms of the GCC or in the global market. And I would request you to retrospect in terms of how are you yourself benchmarking and catching up with the pace, how it is. The more surprised thing for me because I keep innovating myself and keeping myself more updated. So 5 years ago, when I saw one of the Gallup or Deloitte survey, which said the globally less than 5% of the companies were already into AI. And 5 years from now, we are five-folds more. You can imagine next 5 years' time, there will be no option for you but to adapt to these tools, and it can go up to 80 to 85% companies already adapting into the HR functions. As I move forward through these slides, feel free to ask any questions on the chats, and we will take it. We'll have a specific time where we can interact and focus on your questions as well. Let's understand what is artificial intelligence in HR. Many people understand AI is the only thing that exists, but with the automation and innovation, the AI has transformed into generative AI now. Now, what's the basic difference between artificial intelligence and generative AI? In AI, the tools that you use, you need to feed the data in order to process it and present it in a more projected way, which can be simplified version of the complex data. So that's basically your maybe screening resumes. You already have the resumes, but you're screening them and minimizing the human interaction and input. It can be predicting employee turnover using your existing data. On the contrary, the generative AI focuses on creating new content. That means you don't have to input the data. You can actually create the content. It can be writing policies, writing reports, generating tailored learning materials, generating training videos, and many more things. Not necessarily you'll be using only one of them, but it would most probably will be the mix of both. And the AI tools will be integrated to jump between AI and the generative AI both together. Most important question we need to answer today is why artificial intelligence in HR? What is missing right now? And here is some of the shocking data that I came across. The Deloitte survey and the SHRM survey says more than half of the HR department reported they are already overworked, which means they are either lack of manning or the business volumes are so much that the current manning is not capable to keep up to the business levels. It can be heavy on the recruitment, heavy on the performance management, disciplinaries, policy making, bombarded with the admin tasks. Only 19% of the HR executives feel that they are going to have increase in the headcount, which is very rare. HR staff spending more than almost 70% of their time on the administrative tasks. And I experienced this myself in my journey in last 5 years when technology was already there. More than 70 to 80% of my time I spent behind the desk, and I could not utilize my time to create that bonding with the employees. And I was completely bothered with the stuff like resume screening for the senior leaders, onboarding, payroll processing, talking to the team, identifying data, analyzing data, and all of that stuff. And this took away a lot of my time, of quality time, which I could actually have invested into my people. Now, let me ask you, I'll launch another poll here, and I want you to tell me, what do you think the AI will be using which of the HR and training functions? So let me see what's in your perspective, what kind of functions do you think AI is going to be grabbing on an immediate basis? So the poll is on already. You can just write. It's open answers. There is no options. You just need to type in. It could be recruitment, or you think you're not using it AI right now, but you really wish that some of the areas you are really exhausting on the admin part, and you really wish to have the technology in that front. Let's give another 10 seconds. Okay. So let me end the poll in next 5 seconds. I really appreciate you popping in your answers. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so 30% of the participant already answered, and that's increasing. So let me give another 5 seconds. I see people are still writing in. Okay, so let me end the poll and share the results. Yeah. Okay, I'm not able to see the results right now. I'm not sure, but I'm not able to see any results at the moment. Rupesh, are you able to see the result on the screen? No. So I don't know, some technical issue here.
No, I'm not able to see, but no issues. I think this is
Yeah.
definitely leading us to where that, okay, what could be the use
Yes.
cases of such AI, which I think participant will find it interesting. So we can
Yes.
proceed with that.
We'll proceed now. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for you participating. If you don't mind, you can start putting in chat box as well. So I have some references while we go towards the next slides. So here are some of the areas which you can actually optimize your efficiency and have a strong say on the table with your management. Today, HR is looked upon more as, okay, big reports, no one is interested. When you receive email from the HR, oh, just another email. So the way we operate into our day-to-day functions does not grab enough attention of your stakeholders. So here are the functions. Using AI into these functions can not only give you an extra edge and have a buy-in on your proposals, but also give you credibility as a person who is coming with the data that's simplified, that's easy to understand, and easy to start moving forward because you're coming with the reasoning, the analysis, and the future predictions. So to start with recruitment and talent acquisitions, more than 46% of the companies globally, Fortune 500 companies, has moved towards AI integration into recruitment process because that's the department which involves a maximum of your admin work. And when I personally was working on the recruitment, having one of the biggest recruitment drive we did, for two positions, we had more than 200 CVs. And you can imagine what is the quality of my time I'm investing in recruiting those people. Though it is very important, but I don't think it was worth the time to spend so much on only hiring two people. So today, the AI-driven resume screening can help you save your time and eliminate manual biases. It was many times used to happen that when I was screening the CV, I have my own perception, my own experience. So I will choose the people, may not be completely 100% on the data, which is on the CV, but I can have my own personal biases, which is now gone away with the AI. The chatbots for candidates for onboarding. So moment you start onboarding people, you don't have to have a dedicated person to keep calling. Some people want attention after office hours. Chatbots are taking care of that. Predictive analytics. How do you forecast your manning? The manning forecast is the biggest time consuming task, lot of analysis that goes beyond it, lot of market research that goes beyond it, and your predictive analytics can do it in with a matter of seconds. The next section we talk about employee engagement and retention. This area I would say is at the core of what we as are as HR. We are here for people to engage with them, to talk to them. If we are going to involve ourselves more into admin tasks, then we are not able to give justice to our role as who we really stand for. So the analytical tools or AI tools in the engagement part talks about sentiment and analysis. So using AI to gauge employee satisfaction. I heard in one of the biggest top AI tech company, they launched a software because they are tech company. The nature of business is quite remote, right? They don't see them face to face. They don't feel them. They don't hear them. So they install this into their computers, which while people are on interacting on the Zoom or on a Teams, this tool can recognize their behavior, their expressions, their body language, and identify what is their mood right now. And this is the key data for HR. So based on your mood, HR is able to propose the programs or activities which is going to enhance their mood and enhance the productivity end of the day. So personalized career development plan. It could be tailored growth plans for based on your AI insights. Chatbots for responding any n number of queries. You just upload all your policies, benefits, the compensation into the chatbots, and chatbot is ready to answer 24/7 any of the queries. Imagine this kind of activities you are able to outsource through AI. You are able to use this time for your own benefit. One of the recent example, while I was using one of the, I'm going to definitely going to share my own user experience on AI tools. So I use this tool called Calendly and Outlook, which most of you are already using it. So I coach about 200 Emirati students on innovation and entrepreneurship. So one of the student came and asked me, Coach, we have a meeting this week, right? And I said, let me check my Outlook and let me tell you. He said, Coach, how come you don't remember that we are meeting next week? I said, dear, I'm working with more than 200 students. So I use the technology not to occupy my memory for things that doesn't matter to me right now. If any of the tasks that can reduce my burden of remembering things, I would rather technology do that, but I would focus on who you are, how to develop you, what are your focuses, what are your weaknesses. I will put my mind, which machine cannot put into this. So I think these are the things that we can actually think from different perspective, that how can you actually use your technology to outsource the things that you can manage without you being there, but then you can enhance your potential by using it your mind in the right place. Performance management is the key function. We know most of the companies have performance management at the end of the year. You tell me very honestly, how often do you or your management head of department would be meeting your employees throughout the next 1 year before the next performance management? So it has become just like a process. An employee also feels that this is just another checklist that we are going to do. But using AI, you can actually have the continuous feedback system in place, fostering the culture of improvement. So now you don't need people to tell how I work. Your machine can tell you that by using your behaviors, your goals. It has a whole access to your performance management system. AI-based performance analytics gives you complete unbiased and data-driven 360-degree reviews, identifying high potential and low performers. I know the very tedious task that I had to do 3 months after the performance review finished is identifying the top high potential by putting them into 12 box or 9 box metrics. Each of the company may have a different tools. And this was such a tedious task, no matter how good data you have, but ultimately the final say was with the head of department or your higher boss. And that's where your biases come into picture. But with the analytical tool or AI tool, you have a data-driven decision making, wherein no one can overrule what can be seen. All right. So that's one of the key in performance management. In the HR operations, your leave management, payroll processing, transfer management, and anything to do with your daily manual tasks, I spend at least 2 hours a day at the end of the day before I go home only on approving leaves, checking whether somebody is manipulating the leave applications, checking if they have enough, nobody is overusing their vacations. So I don't think I need to really put my brain onto such things because I have bigger picture to look at. Learning and development. I was actively involved into learning and development strategy implementation, wherein I use some of the tools which I'm going to share by creating the videos through AI, personalized learning paths. I know one of the coaches who I was coaching from tech industry, they have a system called personalized AI trainer who observes their behavior, their sentiments, and propose the training module, which you can learn sitting at home, either on your computer or on the mobile. You don't need any training manager to tell you how you're feeling right now and what kind of challenges you're facing. It can be communication issue, missing deadlines, or not having able to speak properly in the public speaking. These all can be customized to your candidates, to your employees, and virtual training sessions tailored to individual needs. So these are 4 to 5 uh, functions of HR. You can think of how can you integrate AI into this, and tools are already available. So when we have the more advanced course into HR, into AI, you come across all of these courses, the platform that are using, which are verified and non-verified. Feel free to ask any questions on the chat box in case you have any in the middle, and we can take a quick 2 minutes break to answer, and then we can move forward. Now comes the very interesting part, and I'm going to share my own personal experience of using those free AI tools at your hand. You just go on to Google and download them right away, right? So the first one I would recommend is the majority of my time I spend is creating the visual data. I'm not a very text person. I like very visual data. So no matter how much text you give me and data you give me, I like to present it in a very presentable format, wherein in one page itself, the whole dashboard says what the information is all about. So all 5 or 10 pages, I can convert it into one page. This took me a lot of time, and I have to learn creating dashboards on the Excel sheets, on the PowerPoint, and all of that. A lot of time went into this. So this is where I use these two tools. One is Cloud. Cloud is basically you just upload your Excel sheet. You have employee data. You have to make any dashboard, monthly, end of the month, or quarterly report that you give to corporate office. You can simply put it at the click of a button. Within less than 10 seconds, you have a visual dashboard. And of course, you can play around with that to make it more, appealing. Another one I used was Napkin AI. This converts your text into your visuals. So if you have something on the Word document, the big strategy has given to you, or a big report has come up, how are you going to present it to the management in the much more visual format? So that's how, these are one of the tools which you can use, freely available. Steve.ai came to me as handy when I was performing the L&D role. And even now, because I have my own YouTube channel where I put in a lot of learning material, and having that fear of coming on the camera was always there. But having Steve.ai replaced that fear for me, wherein I don't need to be there, but I can either put my voice, or I can use the images and the material that I really want to communicate to my audience. So all that happens is all you need to have is the script. You can choose the theme, choose the character, male, female. You can choose the accent. It can be USA accent, UK accent, Asia, India, whatever accent you can choose, and then simply convert it within less than 5 minutes into a nice video. This can be less than 2 to 3 minutes video, small bites, immediately can be shared with the employees or the management, and converting either can be policy can be converted into video. It can be a new skill that can be converted into video. And here is a small example of what I did. This is my own video. This is my own YouTube channel called Best Self Tips. You can visit there as well for all the learning material, or the self development that I do. So you can see, look pretty much like me with the glasses, with the similar hairstyle, with the jacket that I wear, or so you can customize yourself the way you want, and you can add the voice, and then it can really more engaging rather than you being there. I think the cartoon or the kind of graphics really helps people to grab attention. Canva and Gamma, these are very powerful in terms of creating very, very appealing visual looking PowerPoints. My whole span in last 20 years spent at least 2 to 3 times a month making presentation, either town hall, either payroll management, leave management, and whatnot. I really feel really blessed for being aware of these tools when most people were not aware, and I was to my advantage because I could create things at a very short amount of time and with less amount of pressure. So all you do is you go, you register yourself. It's a free call. It's a free platform. It will ask you to create the outline that you can create to ChatGPT, paste it here, and it will automatically converts into graphics or in the bullet points. Easy to understand, easy to communicate. And of course, before you present, you can do your tweaks here and there. ChatGPT. So I call ChatGPT CG Uncle. Before we used to call Google Uncle, right? So I now our ChatGPT I call CG Uncle, and he is my thinking partner. I don't need to talk to anyone generating any ideas. I just ask CG Uncle. So a few weeks ago, my wife came and told me, because we both work in the same profession. He asked me, Abhijit, can you help me in drafting my KPIs? I said, did you ask CG Uncle? And my daughter was standing next to us, and he says, Dada, who is CG Uncle? I said, don't worry about it. In next 2 years' time, you know more than what I know today, right? So that's the things are really changing. So ChatGPT, what I use for multiple things, but the top three things I would say, which most of you must be spending a lot of time, and you can, this is where you can affect your improve your productivity and efficiency. I had a couple of situations where I had to interview the candidates whom I never interviewed before. Those were new positions. I don't even know what to look for, and I'm not trained. You can't train people on each of the subject matter expert, right? But end of the day, I can't say to no to my management, because you are unspoken expectation that you know everything, despite of you know what you know and what you don't know. But management feel that HR knows everything on another planet, and you have to behave like one. So CG Uncle came to my rescue. I simply, while doing some R&D, I came to know how to use this. I have become little proficient. I simply went to CG and giving some description, what position I'm looking for, I'm interviewing, tell me what question to ask. And it will not even give me what question to ask, it also gave me what answers to look for. And that was like sorted for me. It gave really a lot of my pressure, and I was able to hire the candidate. It put me on the authority level of asking the right questions. Otherwise, I would look like a fool for asking question which is not related to the subject matter who is looking for, right? So that's number one. Another one is job description. This is like really draining energy tasks. No matter how much you are expert, one of the company I worked more than 150 JDs I need to draft by myself by my hand. It took me 6 months and lot of mental pressure. Today CG can do that for me in 10 seconds. Trust me, it's miracle. Those who said I never used AI, you use this and you will see the way you transform your credibility in the department, in the efficiency and delivering within the deadlines. Drafting policies, this is something you do quite often. Something went wrong, management say draft the policy. You're not expert in policy, you never learned it in the business schools, but now you are expected to do that. So how do you do? Simply you go on to ChatGPT, you use what context you want to have and give the pointers what exactly you want to include into the policy, and you have a policy ready. When ChatGPT was recently installed, came into the market, and it was not known to many of the people, including my boss. So we had a strategy meeting. About 2 hours, we discussed about what we want to have strategy and all of that. And he told me, Abhijit, can you give me a strategy in 3 days' time? We need to send it to corporate office. I said, no ways. I would need minimum 2 weeks' time, but I can give you definitely 1 week's time to deliver that. Very little that he know that I have a CG uncle by my side. He did not know that. All I did was right after the meeting, I gave a prompt, what policy strategy I want, what is my company, what is the nature of my business, and I have the strategy for my HR and L&D in less than 60 seconds time. All I had to do is to go through that in one line by line and make sure that it is adapted to what I really want. So it take away my burden of thinking each and every word and drafting it. And my uh, strategy was ready in less than 2 hours time right after the meeting. I delivered it 4 days before the deadline. So that put me on the credibility. Rest of the people could not deliver on that particular time, but I did it. So that automatically puts you on the spotlight. It is grammatically correct, it is politically correct, and it is culturally correct. All I had to do is do a little bit of research to make it culturally fit, because UAE have demand little bit of different culture. That I leave it to you how you manage it, but admin task will go away. Your human mind definitely will be at play. Another thing is using ChatGPT is important to give the right prompt. It's not just about asking the questions. It's about asking the right questions. Only then you can get a very, very specialized outcome. And this is what is covered in the advanced AI courses. which I personally did myself and I train others also on that. Calendly. I gave a little bit of reference of Calendly a while ago. So Calendly is something I use because now I'm mostly working on one-to-one with most of my senior leaders. So they have to book my calendar in advance. So what I had to do is it used to be done through the Outlook, and I'm sure most of you are using Outlook. Many a time I used to receive last minute request. 11th hour meeting has been scheduled, or some of the challenges that comes, you already booked somewhere else and you have been overbooked. Calendly solve that problem for me. So all you have to do is to link this Calendly to Outlook. It will pick up the data from the Outlook. Your people who's trying to book, they are not going to book on the Outlook, they are going to book through Calendly. So Calendly will only show them what you want them to see. So all the time slot which are open on the Calendly, that means I'm 100% available on that. You can also put minimum booking time, that is 24 hours in advance or 48 hours in advance. So you can choose that, which is not there on the Outlook right now. So using this can really, you know, you can actually control the time that you're looking for. Okay, so those are, I have many more to share, but due to limitation of time, I just thought this is something which handy and all of you can start doing it right from today. So let me ask you a quick poll now, going forward. Since we have now gone through all the positives of AI, this is good, this is solving the problem, saving time, but every good thing comes with some limitations as well. So I want you to think about what are the possible limitations you think are missing. And I'm launching this poll now. You can write it in the box. Yeah. Rupesh, can you see the poll launched?
Yeah, the poll is on. Okay. And obviously, we have a lot of people who are joining from different parts of the world. So there is Mr. Sayed who is joining from Afghanistan. Welcome to him. There is a request. A lot of people from Afghanistan and people have commented that they are really liked uh, these applications which you have put in. Okay. There is a answer that they can't write in the poll. Mr. Sameem has given.
Simply, a little bit, simply write it on the chat box so we all can see.
Yeah,
I'll
Mr. Sameem, you can write there.
write it on the chat box so we all can interact and see and understand, learn from each other.
There is also a request for the this presentations, but I think we will be having a much better news to you, Mr. Mohammed Abbas, on how we can plan to carry this session webinar more into action. After at the end of the webinar, Mr. Abhijit will be giving that points.
Yeah. Feel free to write on the chat box. So I'll give you another 10 to 20 seconds.
And there is an anonymous questions also. So there is saying that can HR handle this independently or require help from IT?
The tools
Yes, you
which I
can
shared,
take up.
the tools which I shared, even the 5-year kid can do. So if I tomorrow train my 7-year-old daughter, she'll be able to do it. So it's as simple as that. No technical know-how required. So that's the power of using AI to really, bring that efficiency. And there are many more tools, even more complex tools, but can be used in a very individual format. So don't worry, you all can use it. All you need to know is how to use it. No technical things required, but just the process of using it to the best possible. As I said, ChatGPT anybody can use, but the kind of outcome you are expecting depends on what is the input you are giving, what is how to write the right question. That's the technique you need to learn. Yeah, someone said using AI will boost our performance in a professional manner, will made us look bold. Yes, absolutely. One challenge would be to think in a non-linear way. Absolutely, using AI for screening for a role, evaluate in a linear way. That's correct. It can also have a lot of biases. Not everyone knows the using techniques of AI, especially in HR, as is provided very highly statistical information outcomes. Yes, that is true. And that is where I'm saying that we know we don't know. But now that we know it is important for us to use, what can we actually do in order to equip ourselves? And as I said, the i- i- the rate of usage is compounding every year. So you're not very far from using this technology. You will be forced to use it at some point of time. But I believe this is the right entry barrier, very low entry barrier. And those who are not knowing, they can actually enter into the market at the right time. I do hope we will have the complete recording at the end of the day. Okay. Bias in decision making. Yes, bias is the biggest thing. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this. And let me go through what I had to share based on the research. The research says the three key challenges you are going to expect. Number one is fairness, which some of you already said. So when I say fairness, it is again the dual approach here. One of the Gartner, they conducted a survey in October 2024, which I just read on the LinkedIn today. They said they interviewed about more than 3,000 employees and asked them, what do you prefer in terms of the machine or the human? They prefer the AI tools are much more accurate and less biased compared to the humans when deciding their compensation. This was very shocking. 57% of people, they said. 64% of the employees felt that I feel less judged when I'm talking to AI tool than talking to the manager, especially for the interviews, especially for the management reviews. It is very personalized approach of giving feedback, but not very objective. So we tend to think from our perspective, not from the candidate perspective. So the AI tools get away those things. But however, there is always the machine cannot understand the emotions and the culture, right? And that's where you can use this tool to get the data, but you are the one who's going to make the decisions. This is how you can take care of the disadvantage of fairness. This is awareness. Data privacy and security. You are dealing with very confidential data of employees, their salaries, their date of birth, and all of that. So before the data goes out of your hand uh, on the report, make sure you are verifying it. So now your job is only checker, not doer. So doer work has been taken care by the machines, but the checker job will still remain. The human mind always needed. Balancing the automation with human touch. Again, as we know, especially after COVID, everybody went remote culture, and that created already distance. But now using AI, people fear that it can create even further distance. But if you're aware that this can actually create distance, you can put your processes in place to what extent you're going to use the AI tool and where you're going to jump in as a as a human element. And that's where you're going to be focusing on.
So, Mr. Vijit, I think I'll just take this opportunity in this slide. So there were few web chats comment where the people have raised some ethical issues. I think you have handled them, including data privacy and some bias in decision making, suggesting that AI is more linear in approach. Okay,
Mhm.
and even like there is okay that there could be some job losses, or
Yes.
it is like like linear. So I think you can even handle those kind of things, right?
Yes, so I think I've covered a couple of the data privacy and fairness part. When it comes to the job security, I'm coming next now. Now, I want you to put in the chat box, what do you think entering into the AI invasion world, is it a threat or opportunity for HR professionals? Simply put in the chat box. Is it a threat or you see it as opportunity? Okay, opportunity, both, yes, both, and opportunity, yes, both. Yeah, so we have a lot of people who sees on the both sides, but yes, it's definitely true. And it depends which lens you are using right now. So how much percent of a data is secure? Abdul, when you talk about the percentage of data security, you need to be using the tools which are completely verified by the local authority. Each region demands certain security levels, especially when you talk about UAE. You have to use the tools that are vetted and verified by the local authority, and that's what will be covered in the advanced course, wherein you which are those top the companies or which are already being using more widely, and then you can do some kind of research to make sure that you are using those vetted one and your data is secure because they are using the cloud based system. Now, AWS is one of the biggest cloud system which has been used on UAE. Also, UAE announced that Amazon is looking at making UAE as the international hub for having the biggest cloud space in the world. So it's a big thing, that's transformation that's happening, and that will lead to a lot of new AI opportunities. Yeah, so I see, the crowd is very optimistic, and I see they see either both opportunity and threat, or some of them they see only the opportunity. And let me tell you and congratulate you, yes, it is an opportunity more than a threat, and it is a mix of both. And let's see how can you look at the threat and what can you do in order to, you're not a part of the threat, but you're a part of opportunity. So here are some of the recommendation, what I would say, and which I've done it for myself and people I work with, I recommend, which are able to hold their positions into the demand in the market that is needed. You must have seen people when they hire HR people, they look at their experience, they look at their what skills they have in terms of, do you know use Excel? We need to do budgeting. Do you know how to do presentation or PPTs and all of that? These questions will be irrelevant in next 1 year's time. The one question will be seen is, are you certified HR professional to work in an HR process? Because company need people to use these tools. You know, there was a big wave which has come across people certified on SAP. SAP was the one of the most well known in the Fortune 500. Maybe Oracle, Oasis. These are some of the companies or the softwares people wanted. People already trained on that. Now no more softwares. Now people are working on, are you AI compatible? Because you're not going to be the doer anymore, you're going to be the checker. They will be looking at your checker skills based on the following. Number one, are you AI certified in the HR processes? How good are you on your emotional intelligence? Because your analytical skill has already been replaced by the machine. But what about your strategic thinking? What about your emotional intelligence? What about your imagination and creativity? These are the skills, are hidden potential in all of us, which we are not able to bring it out because 80% of our brain was only on doer part. And that's the time you maximize your potential by focusing and honing your skills on getting AI certification, master of emotional intelligence, strategic thinking, imagination. Keep an attitude of learning what's new, no matter what age you are. No matter what age you are, the learning is never and away from you. The more you are able to learn, you are able to adapt. And embracing change is the only way for us to look forward. Some of the future predictive roles, the survey says the new role in HR may look like generative AI expert that focusing on implementation of Gen AI initiatives. That means company want people who knows about how the HR processes works through AI. Head of HR innovation. I've seen some of the HR directors in my network. They're already holding this position and they're working on HR transformation, on the digital transformation. Head of HR on product owners, HR prompt engineers, and this I'm emphasize again and again. Prompt engineering is a skill that you need to get yourself certified into and get yourself into specialized into. Giving the right prompt give you the right outcome. So input is equal to output. AI is nothing. It cannot operate on its own. It need human input, and that's how it is going to give the best of the technological output. So I would say these are some of the things that you can keep in mind for now to get started with your AI journey. It's not too late. It is a very low entry barrier. Maybe 5 years from now, it will be even difficult for you to get this knowledge. Now it's freely available. Maybe you need to pay a lot later on in order to get this information because it is going to be a difficult entry barrier. Right now, it's easy barrier. Yeah. So with that, I thank all of you and allowing me to share in a nutshell, though we had limitation of time, and hope that made sense and helpful to all of you. Now I'm open to
So
Mr.
I will
Dipen.
open the floor. Thanks, Mr. Abhijit. I'll open the floor for the questions. In between, uh, thanks. You have really put in into very well the application of AI for our all the participants. There are few comments which were there. I'll just take those. Like there is a question. Somebody said that they need IT support. So I would like to put as myself as an operation head for AJMS. Definitely, if you're looking for on your official laptop some kind of things to be done. You need definitely a chat GPT can be a personalized version where it is a paid subscription, or you can even use a free subscription which is just on the browser. You can just log in with your email and do. Obviously, the number of attempts can be slow. So I will just suggest, and same goes with a software like a Canva or even say Napkin, which allows free pricing and free usage without installation, where you doesn't need IT support. So it's need that you are looking for a personalized support, or you're looking more as a business wise purpose. So there is a second question which I'll pass on to you, Mr. Abhijit, which is how can we use the AI for manpower assessment or productive analysis of staff?
Okay, so I think it's a question from Syed, right? So
Yes.
Syed, are you looking for how to use the data to optimize the productivity for your staff, to track the productivity of the tool? If you can help me understand correctly. Uh,
Okay. I don't think he's available. In between, Priya, can please float the registration link?
yes.
So folks, we are just yeah, Sayed has replied yes. So you can take this question. So
Yeah.
in between to all the other participants, we would just like to announce a very good thing. As you have seen, Mr. Abhijit dealing with the navigating you the applications of AI into HR, we are thinking of having it as a full-fledged course with Mr. Abhijit being in helm at Hayford. And this the link is up here in your chat box for registration. As a special gesture, post this webinar. If anybody is registering within next 2 days, we are offering a 20% discount for the course. So you guys can use this opportunity and register yourself. Priya from Hayford will reach out to you, okay, on more on this. But it's a good opportunity as a part of this webinar. You can use this for a 20% discount if you register within the 2 days. There are some questions. Obviously, Bijit, you can take up Sayed question. So when we can have the next session? Yes, this is what we are dealing. We are making it a full-fledged course where because we thought that it's a personalized thing where we will show the applications of AI and automation in day-to-day HR work. So that is what is the like our endeavor. Okay. Yes. Please. Certificate of approval or certificate will be issued. Again, it will be dealt with our team. Priya will be dealing with this. Okay. So Priya, you can announce on certificate also. Okay, Sakib or Priya, if you are there, please. And then Abhijit can take this up.
Yeah, so let me go first thing first. So Syed said, yes, if we have a data. So Syed, there are definitely tools. There are more than, I think, 7 or 8 tools which I already know, which some of the companies are already using. All you need is, these are not free of cost, unfortunately. These are very heavy tools. It use data, so there's data privacy involved, and it needs licensing, and it involves cost as well. So when you look at those kind of vendors who are offering these tools, it is either customized tools, or it can be a umbrella tools wherein it starts right from your recruitment till the exit of the employees, full life cycle is covered. Or you want only productivity tool, it can be used. Or you want only performance management or L&D tools or recruitment, it can be used accordingly. So yes, definitely there are tools available which it can be tracked. It uses the data, real-time data from the employees, their behaviors, their output, their goal settings. Performance management system is completely linked to these softwares, and that's how it shows your working hours is linked. So you don't need to, do any manual processing of the payroll as well. So this is how your output can be designed. And again, as I said, what to ask for this tool is the key. But output is already ready to be given as long as you have the right input. Hope that answers. For Susan asking, how can we use AI in leave management system? Oh, there are ample of tools. You just Google them, you get ample of tools. But however, as I said, look for the verified vendors from the system. So leave management simply happens in such a way that as long as the employee puts their leave management, entire leave policy is been uploaded in the tool. So machine is able to analyze whether it's fitting into the policy. Are they able to take more than expected? Are they able to take weekdays, week offs? All that checks and balance is done on your behalf by the machine, and that saves a lot of your time and automatic processes. All you need to do is to have a little bit of overseeing or the supervising the overall process. But yes, this can be done. Any more questions? Salim has the hand raised. Yes, Samim, yes, do you have any question to ask? Samim has raised a hand. So when you go into certification process, you can either get certified your entire HR team on one function or all the functions at the same time, or you yourself can get yourself certified and then share the knowledge with your the team. So whichever works best for you. Let's say you already have a recruitment tool. You want to know how does the performance management works. So it can be a different course specialized only on the performance management or L&D, for example.
Hi all.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Priya here. So thank you, Abhijit. Thank you for the session today. So I hope all are having very insightful session today with Mr. Abhijit. So if you have any more doubt, please feel free to ask. And I also wanted to take a moment to explain you regarding the certificate. Yes. So if you have any questions, please proceed. Or I would like to take a moment to explain how to receive your certificate for the session attended today, like for your webinar. So, yeah,
Thank you everyone for
I think
being
Nazir has some question.
uh,
I need HR professional general certification in the field of HR.
sorry, is it question for me?
Regarding the courses and the certification, I can help you, Mr. Nazir. I will contact you in person. So I would like to tell you regarding the certificate for the session that you have attended today. So for that, we have some procedure, you have some procedure you have to follow. So to obtain your certification digitally for the registered attendees today for the webinar, you have to follow few procedure. We have our LMS learning management system. So you have to sign up to the Hereford LMS portal with your details. So your certificate will be ready there. So you have to sign up that I have provided a link here. I will again drop it in the chat box. So this is the link that I hope everyone can see it. This is the sign up link to receive your certificate.
Uh, Abdul is asking, do you have free courses on AI or for HR? I'm sure as an institute they might not have, but I know of some of them wherein you can go to YouTube or any of there is a lot of free stuff available all over the place. So there's nothing can stop you from gaining this knowledge. You can customize it. You can search very intentionally based on your industry or whatever it is. But as an institute, what has been offered is more of a comprehensive and holistic, wherein it can actually certify you. You can have a credibility of who you, I mean, in terms of your profiling. And it will have more detail oriented information of including demo sessions, user friendly, and the recommendation of right the vendors, which you can actually blindly go and approach them.
Okay, so I hope everyone have the access now. So you can go to the link and then you have to sign in. So you have to sign up first. So when you sign up, please write your name as you wanted in the certificate. That will appear in the certificate, the name that you are writing. So just write your full name as you wanted in the certificate. And once you log in, you can go to home page. You will see the dashboard, and you can go to home page, and you will see the AI for HR course is already there. The webinar, it's already there. And you can just enter the course and you can see the details there. You have to follow the LinkedIn page of the Hereford. You have to, you will see the instructions there. And once you follow the LinkedIn page, you will lead to the next page, which is for the certification. And you can receive your certification from there. You can just download or you can view also. So it's very simple. You just have to log in. You have to sign up and then go to home page, and then you will see the course, the webinar that you attended today, AI for HR. Certificate is
So
there. You have
Priya, can also show them the code, which QR code which they can generate? Okay, can share that on the screen with Abhijit, registration of the course, or you can share that screen.
yes.
Okay. So with that, we can end. We'll be here. Yeah, just share that. So there is a QR code, folks, where you can register directly. So now it's on the screen. Okay, you can register now. There's a QR code which you guys can use. So with this, we'll keep this for next 10 minutes so you can facilitate Priya and this. Thanks, Mr. Abhijit, for the support. Okay, and definitely, if anyone has any query, still they can ask. Keep asking, or Mr. Abhijit will log off. And thanks all for participation. It's really heartening to see so many people getting interest on this topic, which is a very critical. Few of the questions where you are asking for application or leave management and all those, uh, we definitely have all this as part of our course structure. We'll be happy to take this into those course. The course will be more on a hands-on course, which will be more into how to use it. Okay, so we believe that we'll see you there. Thanks, Priya. Thanks, Mr. Abhijit. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
So Priya, just stay 10 minutes. Okay, if anybody wants any support, we can do for certificate or this registration.
Yeah, sure. I will be there. And also you can follow. This is the course that we are introducing for you for the special offer 20% off whoever attended for the webinar today. So you can register now and we will provide all the details, including course outline. And also for the certificate for today, you can log in, you can sign up to the LMS portal that I have provided the link already. So you just have to enter the course and you will receive the enter your name and you will receive your certificate.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Rupesh, and thank you,
Thanks.
Abhijit, for your session.
Thank you. Thank you, Priya. Thank you, Rupesh. Yeah.
Just mention your ID or info@heyfordlearning.com in the chat box. If anybody needs, they can reach you out also. Okay. Okay. info@heyfordlearning.com. Okay. If anybody needs any support for any kind of other trainings also, we'll be happy to support you. Yeah. Okay.